The drone is up. As you can see, I've taken it to around 119 meters height. Just wanted to see how this new compass collaboration thing works. So, and also did a firmware update, so I just wanted to test the battery, see how long does the battery last, or does the firmware affects the performance of the battery. It's a pretty dull day today, so not gonna get any nice footage. As you can see, it's very hazy and gray. So just doing the sort of yaw motion just to get a sense of the wind. You can see the home point signal and that blue dot and the drone, they're all sort of in the same location. When you can see the north sort of on that compass thing moving. So I'm just testing that. This is a fresh battery, so it's 100% charged. It's in cine mode I'm flying at the moment, so let's move to the normal mode and try to move it a little bit forward. Still 84% battery. Lower the height. I think the wind is coming from behind me at the moment. Looking at that, right, so I don't know what Bluetooth it. I think it's just messing up with my key, the way the controller is plugged into the phone. So let's do the cine mode and see if I can move to the left. So just trying to capture this. You can see the wind. I'm mainly just trying to understand the compass situation. How does that sort of affects the wind? So cine mode, it's pretty moving, right? Okay, so it's cine mode, I'm moving it and it's moving fairly quick, right? So you can see, I think the compass is showing that the wind is coming from behind me, behind the drone. So let's see, still 80% battery, which is fairly decent. Right, this Bluetooth indicator is a bit messing around. The bars, okay, I'm pointing it towards the drone, I think. Let's turn it around and see. I mean, I'm not keen on getting too far at the moment, as I don't know how this new sort of battery situation behaves after the firmware. So this is mainly just a test flight to see how the battery performs after this firmware update. That's what the purpose of this flight is. So at the moment I'm 6 minutes into the flight. Then what I try to do basically is I try to replicate the test where the camera tilts. I tried first in the normal mode, but that was absolutely working fine. And then I tried to do it in sports mode, and I was able to replicate it, as you can see. So the only way I had to replicate it was I had to do pretty extreme maneuver. So I had to basically shift the drone completely to one side and then suddenly, without stopping it, just try to tilt it to another side, and then you can see I'm able to replicate it. So it is pretty extreme maneuver you're trying to do in the wind at height, to get it, basically, that tilt thing. But overall, I think it's working fine. I wasn't able to replicate it in the cine mode or the normal mode. Mind you, I have adjusted my settings from the stock settings. So I've gone into the settings on my drone and adjusted the yaw settings and also the smoothness settings and all that. So I don't know if that has had an impact in maybe making it more stable or not. I can't comment. That is something that is to be seen, but I'm pretty pleased in terms of how it's operating. Obviously there are times when it goes outside the envelope and creates this gimbal tilt in the sports mode, but I'm not too fussed about it, to be honest with you. Overall, I think I'm quite happy with the performance. So one thing I think it's quite important and I would like to point out here is that if you're going to install the new firmware, make sure that you've got the latest version of DJI Fly. There are a lot of people uploading the videos and saying that the drone loses connection and all that is because they're using the latest firmware with the older version of DJI Fly. So if you're going to do that, that is going to create some problems. I am using the latest version of DJI Fly and the latest firmware so far, and it's working flawlessly so far, touch wood. And the battery is also behaving fairly well, although it's around 0 degrees I'm flying in, but so far no issues at all. So yeah, I just thought I'll point these things out.